about set for football now at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Detroit Lions and the Baltimore Ravens. Mike Tirico with Greg Olsen, the rookie Tyler Luke, set to kick things off. Off we go here in Baltimore. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Allen gonna throw to get things going. Oh, what an inauspicious start. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over
first carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6.
Second and 4.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds. Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On the handoff, it's Henry. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. The size, the speed, and the strength of this defensive tackle was on full display, Mike. He defeats the block, strikes the ball carrier at their line of scrimmage. He's able to bring him down, keep it to no gain.
Second down, Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
3rd and 6. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That is caught to the goal line and in. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. He'll wind up getting this all the way to the 45-yard line. The Lions offense ready now for their second drive. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Allen now on second down. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Allen on third down, and that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
And he is out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
16 yards.
The risk pays off to the tune of 16 yards.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the Ravens' 18-yard line.
Second down and 8. From the gun, throw here for Allen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, well, the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Third down and 3. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
They'll try it now with Montgomery. And he'll take this down to the 2-yard line, getting the job done on fourth, and now it's first and goal. Lions ball to begin this second quarter. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is first and goal. Gibbs. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Here he is, Tyreek Hill back to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Ravens offense ready to take over for their second possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with first and 10. play action. Here's Jackson. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. And he'll be out of bounds here. That's only a gain of a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
He's going to be out of bounds, gain of just a couple, and now we've got third down coming up.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
On third down, Jackson. Right back to Andrews. He's got another one. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on third down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
In motion goes Likely. They'll run. It's Henry. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. Patrick Surtain makes the tackle.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
Jackson from the gun on third down. Max Crosby, motor always running, gets there for the sack.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
On fourth down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt. A fair catch signals, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They'll start out, first down and 10. Laporta in motion. Room to run at the 35. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
They'll go play action here with Allen. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. It's 23 yards on that pass play. First down, Detroit.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And it'll bring up second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
At the Ravens' 13-yard line.
Second down and 3. Throwing again is Allen. A powerful run just shy of the goal line, but he has picked up the first down. It is 1st and goal.
That's good for the Lions. First down. 1st and goal, Detroit.
Allen to throw again. And he'll take it on in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. That's his 2nd touchdown so far here in the first half. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Tyreek now to return it. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Ravens offense going to take over just before the half. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That's caught in stride by the Cheetah. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime.
At the 39-yard line.